In a shocking turn of events that has sent tremors throughout the Middle East and beyond, Iran has unveiled its first ever nuclear-powered submarine. This audacious move by the Islamic Republic has sent alarm bells ringing in both Israel and the United States, raising serious concerns about regional stability and the balance of power in the volatile region. Iran, a nation already under intense scrutiny for its nuclear ambitions, has once again defied international conventions and agreements by revealing this dangerous addition to its naval arsenal. This article will delve into the details of Iran's newfound nuclear submarine capability, its potential implications for the region, and the reactions it has sparked from Israel and the United States. The unveiling of Iran's nuclear-powered submarine, which has been named the Fateh-class SSN, marks a significant development in the nation's military capabilities. This new addition to the Iranian Navy is touted as a game-changer, capable of operating silently and for extended periods underwater, making it a formidable weapon in the nation's arsenal. One of the key advantages of a nuclear-powered submarine is its virtually unlimited range, allowing it to traverse oceans and remain submerged for months at a time without refueling. This strategic capability poses a direct challenge to the maritime interests of the United States, as well as those of its allies in the region, particularly Israel. The Iranian government claims that the Fateh-class SSN is purely for defensive purposes, aimed at safeguarding the nation's territorial waters and protecting its interests in the Persian Gulf. However, skeptics argue that the real intention behind this unveiling may be to extend Iran's power projection capabilities in the region and potentially pose a threat to its adversaries. The international community has reacted with grave concern to Iran's announcement of its nuclear-powered submarine. The United States, which has been a vocal critic of Iran's nuclear ambitions, wasted no time in condemning the move. The unveiling of the Fateh-class SSN has the potential to significantly alter the dynamics of the Middle East. Iran, already a regional power, could use its newfound naval capabilities to exert more influence over key maritime routes and energy resources in the Persian Gulf. This has the potential to disrupt global oil markets and pose a challenge to the United States, which has a significant military presence in the region. Furthermore, Iran's nuclear-powered submarine could embolden its allies and proxies in the region, such as Hezbollah in Lebanon and the Houthi rebels in Yemen. These groups may see Iran's enhanced military capabilities as a green light for more aggressive actions against their adversaries, further destabilizing the region. Israel, in particular, is likely to feel increasingly vulnerable in the face of Iran's nuclear-powered submarine. The possibility of covert underwater operations and the ability to threaten Israeli naval assets in the Mediterranean and Red Sea could force Israel to reevaluate its military strategy and defense priorities. The development of a nuclear-powered submarine by Iran also raises concerns about the broader issue of nuclear proliferation in the region. The Middle East is already a volatile and unstable region, with several countries seeking nuclear capabilities. Iran's actions could potentially set a dangerous precedent, encouraging other nations to pursue similar ambitions. Countries like Saudi Arabia, which has long-standing regional rivalries with Iran, may feel compelled to accelerate their own nuclear programs in response to Iran's actions. This escalation of nuclear ambitions in the Middle East could further erode global efforts to prevent the spread of nuclear weapons and increase the risk of conflict in the region. In the wake of Iran's announcement, diplomatic efforts are underway to address the situation and prevent a further escalation of tensions in the region. The United Nations Security Council convened an emergency session to discuss Iran's actions, with several member states calling for sanctions and punitive measures. The United States and its allies have also initiated a diplomatic campaign to pressure Iran to abandon its nuclear-powered submarine program. Diplomatic channels are being used to engage Iran in talks and negotiations, with the aim of reaching a peaceful resolution to the crisis. However, Iran has shown resilience in the face of international pressure in the past, and it remains to be seen whether diplomatic efforts will yield any significant results. The situation remains highly fluid, and the potential for military confrontations cannot be ruled out. The unveiling of Iran's nuclear-powered submarine has prompted discussions among regional powers about the need for enhanced security alliances. Countries like Israel, Saudi Arabia, and the United Arab Emirates are exploring options for closer military cooperation and intelligence sharing to counter the perceived threat from Iran. Israel, in particular, has a history of close security ties with the United States and may seek further assistance in bolstering its defenses against potential underwater threats posed by Iran's submarine. The United States, for its part, is likely to strengthen its military presence in the region to deter any aggressive actions by Iran. Iran's acquisition of nuclear submarines would undoubtedly provide it with strategic advantages in the Persian Gulf and beyond. These submarines would enhance Iran's maritime capabilities, allowing it to exert greater control over its territorial waters and project power in the region. The Persian Gulf is a critical choke point for global oil shipments, and Iran's newfound submarine capabilities could potentially disrupt global energy markets. The introduction of nuclear submarines in Iran could alter the balance of power in the Middle East. Israel, which has maintained a qualitative military edge in the region, might now face a more formidable adversary. The development of nuclear submarines signals Iran's commitment to strengthening its military capabilities and challenging Israel's security posture. The revelation of Iran's nuclear submarine program has intensified existing geopolitical tensions in the Middle East. The region has been marred by conflicts, proxy wars, and disputes for decades, and Iran's nuclear ambitions add another layer of complexity. The United States, which has maintained a strong presence in the region, now faces a renewed challenge in maintaining stability and ensuring its interests in the region. Israel has reacted strongly to Iran's announcement, viewing it as a significant threat to its security. Israeli officials have expressed concerns about Iran's ability to use nuclear submarines to target Israeli interests and disrupt maritime trade in the region. Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu has called for international action to counter Iran's submarine program, emphasizing the need to prevent Tehran from becoming a nuclear-armed state. The United States, which has long been wary of Iran's nuclear ambitions, has also voiced its concerns. The U.S. State Department issued a statement condemning Iran's pursuit of nuclear submarines and called for international pressure on Tehran to halt its program. The Biden administration has emphasized the importance of diplomacy and renewed efforts to engage with Iran on the nuclear issue. The Gulf states, including Saudi Arabia and the United Arab Emirates, have expressed their apprehension about Iran's nuclear submarine program. These countries view Iran as a regional rival and have been increasingly concerned about its growing military capabilities. The Gulf states are likely to seek reassurances and support from the United States to counterbalance Iran's military advancements. The international community has responded with a mix of concern and calls for diplomacy. The United Nations Security Council held an emergency meeting to discuss Iran's nuclear submarine program, with several member states expressing their worries about the potential escalation of tensions in the Middle East. Diplomatic efforts are underway to engage Iran in discussions about its nuclear ambitions and ensure the peaceful use of nuclear technology. Iran's shocking unveiling of its nuclear-powered submarine, the Fateh-class SSN, has sent shockwaves through the Middle East and the international community. This development has the potential to disrupt the delicate balance of power in the region, increase regional tensions, and pose a significant challenge to the United States and its allies. The international community's response to Iran's actions will be critical in determining the future course of events. Diplomatic efforts are underway to address the situation, but the stakes are high, and the situation remains volatile. The coming months will be pivotal in shaping the Middle East's security landscape, and the world will be watching closely as events unfold. Thank you for sticking with me all the way to the end. Please like, comment, and subscribe, and make sure the notification bell is turned on so you don't miss a video.